Welcome back. This is the next season of Talking Fire with the FDIA. It is myself, Hilton Turner, joined by Claire Ford. We've got some good news. Is that we do have we've brought some experts in from other fields within the fire sector to join us on the videos today.
Yeah, because we thought we're in this thin, and people have seen enough of us, so they need fresh faces.
Yeah, so we look forward to the input and addressing other matters. Just as a matter of interest, Clive, obviously having been on the supply side for quite some time, we get several questions with regards to whether a system is going to be signed off by the SAQCC or the FDIA. Maybe we just want to elaborate in terms of which associations and the involvement within the fire sector as such. So the SAQCC, I know you're on the board of the SAQCC as well. Maybe just want to run through exactly what the SAQCC's role and how they're involved in the industry.
All right, Hilton. Yeah, thanks for that. So as Hilton says, I am on the SAQCC Fire DNGS, Detection and Gas Suppression Committee. So the SAQCC was mandated by the Department of Employment and Labour to register competent people. Because as you know, from the past, the detection standard asks for a competent person to sign it off. So who knows what a competent person is? So SAQCC then went down that road and created a facility to create people being competent. So there's several different levels. You've got an installer, a cabler, commissioner, and designer. So as per the SAN standard requires, you need an installation certificate, a handover certificate, and so on. So to deem somebody being competent, they've now gone through some courses and so on, and they are now registered at SAQCC as competent people. So that's an individual that will be doing that.
Okay, so the SAQCC registers the individual, the actual technician at that level.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
In terms of certification, the person signing off that certificate should therefore be SAQCC registered. So on the installation certificate, it should be done by somebody which is at least an installer. On the commissioning side, a design commissioner. On the design side, a designer. Is that correct?
That's it. Yeah. And also, once you're registered, you get a number, a registration number, which then can be followed back to make sure if somebody's questioning if you are competent or not. There have been some cases where extinguishing people have signed off detection, which is obviously detection and extinguishing is different animals. So there are, again, procedures and so on. If you feel that your installation hasn't been signed off or designed properly, then there are follow-up procedures on the SAQCC website.
And then just to clarify on us, the Fire Detection Industry Association, we are about registering a company.
Yep.
To prove a company competent or to prove that a company follows good practice on installations and follows the standards.
So basically what happens is FDIA, Fire Detection Industry Association, is a voluntary organization. You don't have to belong to it. However, if you want to belong to it, we have got certain checks and balances that the company that is registering has got competent people working there. They've done decent installations. They're following the standards and so on and so on. We have got a membership is growing, and we are encouraging companies to join. So SAQCC registers individuals. FDIA registers a company. So your company must then be able to prove that you've done decent installations, prove that you have got SAQCC registered technicians, because then obviously you've got competent people working for you.
Okay, so just to clarify, so people, when introducing a new product into the market, which I have been involved in, people do come back and say, will it be signed off? So obviously, as the FDIA, we require a third-party inspection.
Yep.
But my answer is always, as long as we comply to the relevant equipment standards as stipulated in these standards, and we follow the design criteria, there shouldn't be an issue. Is that correct?
So you're going to be supplying equipment into the marketplace The SANS, for instance, 10139 says that it has to be EN 54 approved. And part 1, 2, 3, there's many parts. It's like covers power supplies and panels and detectors and all sorts of stuff. The standard says it should be compliant to that, so or certified. So that will then cover that the equipment is compliant. The installer company should use compliant equipment to install, and then it would pass any third-party inspection, so long as it's done according to the requirements of the standard.
Okay, perfect. I think that sort of lines up exactly which association fits into the sector and why we feel, being the industry association, that we do interact across the board with as many as possible, as you sit on both the FDIA as well as the SAQCC board in order to have clarity moving forward, which is good.
Yeah, so the question that always comes up is, will FDIA sign off a job? No, we don't do that. We are only saying that people are competent to do the work. They are, or I'm not saying that they're competent, but they do a decent installation, and there is some kind of follow-up. If you feel as a client your job's not done properly, there's a follow-up. And that can then either go via FDIA, looking at the company, or they can go via SAQCC if they feel that the technician or the person that signed off has not done their work. But we are FDIA today, so we're going to look at that side of it.
Okay. And then further over and above that, I think that we got some exciting topics in our next series.
Yeah.
We're going to be, we've got a gas supplier, which will be clarifying some issues with regards to different gases and clarifying which gases fall under which category in terms of clean agents and inert gases and the requirements. We've also got the PA evac guys. Which
PA evac people,
they were
we got some consultants as well. So they're going to walk us through the requirements of the standards. And so that, I hope that is going to be some interesting stuff coming up.
Yeah, so enjoy watching the next season of Talking Fire. Should anybody have any further inquiries with regards to any of the videos, please reach out at any stage and we will assist you as best we can.
Yeah, the website, fdia.co.za. Ask the questions. There is a link there that you can ask questions and we will try and assist as far as possible.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, and enjoy the next season of Talking Fire.